come and join. So let's see what's up. Just announced it to Snapchat. No, Instagram. So hopefully people will be there. Hey, people are showing up. This worked this time. Remember last week I had to do this twice. First time like no one came or some kind of glitch. But yeah, here's everyone. Hey, Resident Evil XO. Hey, I can see now you're wearing our T-shirt and your profile pic there. Cool, thanks. VTG Dallas, thanks for the likes already. I haven't even done anything yet, but thanks for enjoying my getting started here. Plant Style, Alex Pratt. Cool. People are finding their way here. Good Karma Spirit. Arana Mountain. Gosh, I can't pronounce your name there. Sorry. Thanks for the likes. My bad. Gosh, I wish there was space in there or something like that. It would totally help me. Hey, Rachel, what's up? VTG Dallas. I assume you're from Dallas, right? Tully. Hey, Tully 27M. Cool. Everyone's moseying their way over here. Cool. Yeah, just like a minute into the broadcast. And people are finding us. Cool. Plant Style. Yeah, invite some people there. Hey, Sailing Lucy Day. What is up? You're in Long Beach now. No way. Wow. Probably haven't bumped into us yet. I guess I haven't been out and about too much yet. But yeah. Cool. What are you down here for? Ooh, that was Siri talking to me there. What are you down here doing, VTG Dallas? Are you here for the Health Expo by any chance? I know a lot of people are. Ooh, cool. Thanks for the pats there. Likes there, Vegan Pat. And give us some pats, too. That should be a thing. Some pats on the back. Sailing Lucy Day, what is up? Cool. Cool. Everyone's here. Nicole. And all right. So let's get started here, guys. It's been a... I'm tired. I'm really tired. I got to tell you. Oh, you moved here. No way. Cool. Awesome. Well, when you see us, VTG Dallas, just stop us. You know, sometimes people feel a little weird or something. Just stop us and say, hey, I'm VTG Dallas from YouNow. I should mention, too, I know there's a few of you guys watching over on YouTube, which is cool. Just hang out and watch there, but I can't see your guys' comments. So if you want to join this discussion here with the 44 odd people here right now on YouNow, just come over to YouNow. The link's in the show description. It's Happy Healthy Vegan on YouNow, so come by and join along here. Yeah. So thanks for the likes there, Plant Style. The weather is great now, Alex. Yeah, we've had it rained again on Sunday, but yeah, it's been cold, and today was like in the low 70s. It's going to be like 79 the next few days. It's gonna be rad. So yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, you've been to Hippie. Cool. Hippie is like our local, not a hipster place. It's like a falafel, kind of place, pitas and all that stuff. So yeah, really, it's one of my favorite vegan places in Long Beach for sure. Yeah, sit out. The best time to go there is out. They don't have any seating indoors, so it's all on the street. So go there on a nice, warm afternoon or even evening and just chill out outside. It's really cool. Fries tonight. You got it, Alex. Yeah, I already got the oven cleared out so I can heat it up in about an hour. But yeah, that's the plan. Let's see. Here's the next question after I'm doing fries. You're getting snow there, Resident Evil? Oh, man, yeah. I mean, it's been cold for us, rainy for us. So it's been for us, I know it's all relative, but a really kind of, a sad winter of sorts, It's like, for us, like we're not used to, after all the drought and everything, we're not used to dealing with rain and cold weather and stuff like that. It's been, it's been keeping it real for us, we had record rain this year. It's been crazy, so I'm looking forward to spring, just as you are. I know. Let's see, Misty Fan. Should I do a video of eating like 100 bananas in one day, like Vertical Addiction? How did he fare? I don't watch him. So, how'd that go? Was it a successful thing? I thought about it. Maybe eating like 50 bananas in a day or something like that. 100 sounds like a bit much, but I don't know. Yeah, it's been cold here. Cold for us. It's all relative. If you're on the East Coast or something like that, Midwest, it doesn't get like that. But I have friends that come out from Chicago, and it's they get cold here. It's not, they don't freeze, but I guess they're not dressed like they would be in Chicago. So it's all relative. Oh, cool, Livy. Glad you like our tunes. Yeah, we're working hard on our music too. Yeah, I know it's getting hot in the south already, 90s. Oh, thanks for asking about our roof, Alex. Yeah, I think we already had the last big crazy winter storm. There's no more big storms on the long-term weather forecast, so I think our roof held up. So now I got to deal with actually fixing it. You know, like there's the tarp's cool, but I can't put it up there forever. I'll get busted by the city eventually. So I got to fix the crack, and it's going to be a lot of money, like, you know, well over $1,000. So kind of bummed on that, but I'm going to wait till summer. It seems like the roofing people will charge a bit less because they're working their butts off right now because everyone's roof's been leaking. So I'm going to wait till summertime when it's all chill. Okay, I should check out John Venus's 10,000 calorie challenge. With fruit too. Someone brought it up last week. Yeah, food challenges are all right. They're cool. All-time favorite vegan dish, huh? I'll tell you that video we made last month, how we ate vegan on Angie's birthday. Watch that. We went to a few places like, you know, museums and stuff. But at the end of the video, the last half, we were at a vegan restaurant here in LA, downtown Little Tokyo, called Shojin. And it's by far the best vegan restaurant. Best, you know, this is the most gourmet, tastiest vegan dish I've ever had. It's really expensive. You can't really afford to do it all the time unless you're fully loaded or something like that. But I would say that, yeah, Shojin in Little Tokyo. And yeah, for anyone here in SoCal or visiting SoCal, if you're visiting, save a few bucks and go check it out. You know, it's just amazing. Am I still running in the cold weather? Actually, I haven't been running that much. I actually don't mind running in cold weather, and it's kind of unfortunate I haven't been able to fully take advantage of the colder weather this winter. I've had, you guys know I've had like an injury since basically since New Year's Day. It's like this ligament and some muscles in the side of me, kind of in the rib cage. So yeah, running aggravates it more than other sports. I've been backing off on the running, just maybe running like 10 miles a week or something like that. So, yeah, I wish I were running more. I heard about some girl, Anna, suing Vegan Sheeta. I don't know if you want me to comment on that. I'm the last person because I just heard about it. You know, I don't know anything about it. I thought she lives overseas. Someone said that makes it really, really impractical. So I don't know what it's over, so don't ask me to comment. You guys know way more, so it's like asking someone that knows nothing about something, asking them what their opinion is. Why do you want to hear that? So yeah, I did hear about it, and I really have nothing to say about that. Are we going to sue Sheeta? Why? No, we've never sued anyone in our entire lives. Cool. Yeah, let's see. Ryan, sure he hear about it. You know what's running behind the scene. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. A natural vegan is promoting what on her channel? The lawsuit? Yeah, Alex, you got it right. You totally. I'm gonna repeat what Alex typed in there. I love your guys' channel because you address vegan issues without putting anyone down or creating drama. Yes, that is our wheelhouse. You know, people say, "Why don't you talk about this drama?" The other channels are talking about. I'll ask them, "Why don't they talk about what we're talking about?" Odds are, you know, we're probably a bigger channel than most of them. You know, we should be setting the tone. I mean, you guys know my friend died of a heart attack a couple weeks ago. I'm going to his memorial party this Sunday. Heart attacks are huge on my mind right now. We did that video with our friend Sitara's mother who had a heart attack around Christmas. You know, it was revealed that George Michael, you know, singer of Wham, his autopsy report came out today, and he died again from heart disease. So we're making lots of heart videos, tons and tons of videos about heart disease and atherosclerosis, you know, diseases of lifestyle and diet. You know, so why the hell should I talk about, you know, if I'm the vegan police and say, oh, someone's not vegan enough, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a F, you know, I really don't. If someone's vegan enough or not, I don't care. It's not my issue. I'm here to promote health and bring issues of animal cruelty to the forefront. So if people want to talk about what we're talking about, cool, you know. You know, I'm not going to talk about what these other guys are talking about. People died. My friend freaking died, guys. He is dead. He had a heart attack one Saturday night, had no inkling that he had any heart problems. He's dead. So I'm going to keep on with my message here of, you know, spreading the vegan message and I'm not going to be distracted by a bunch of bullcrap. So that's what I have to say about vegan drama. So good to bring that up, Alex. I've been wanting to get that off my chest. Yeah, my friend was lean. He was lean. He's not one of those guys like my age and put on a big dad bod or anything like that. No, he was a lean guy. Super surprising. Really surprising. Like I said in my videos, often the first sign that there's something wrong with your heart is a fatal heart attack, you know? And, that's why I made that video about Bob Parker. Fortunately for him, he did not have a fatal heart attack. It could have been, but there happened to be a doctor working out in the same gym right by him who did, the CPR, and they had some paddles for the chest that kept him alive. So, sorry to hear about that, Chandler Parts. Eli J, don't troll me, okay? I'm not here to talk about stupid bull crap. So if that's your thing, in fact, let me see. Can I put you on a timeout right now? Let's see. No, I just blocked them. Let's see. I don't see the timeout thing. So this last warning, Eli. I blocked you. Maybe you're just having fun and you're cool. So one more, just a little warning. Just be cool. Be chill. It's not a drama channel. Where is Angie? You guys, the regulars know Angie's doing yoga tonight. That's our Tuesday thing. I play basketball and come back and chat with you guys while she's doing yoga, and I make the potato logs, which I'll do in about an hour or so. So anyway, yeah, you raise a great point there, Alex Pratt. That most diseases, the top killing diseases are preventable, and that's what I want to really hammer home this year. I've been talking about it our whole time on Happy Healthy Vegan, but with my friends passing and other people like my age getting and dying of heart attacks, I think it's time to really take it strong to the hoop. I guess I have basketball in my mind and not be distracted by people's personal vendettas against other vegans. I cannot be bothered. Life is short. My friend is gone, and I'm not going to be bothered by BS, If you're 20 and you want to be bothered by BS, cool, But when your friends start dying around you from preventable diseases, it's time to step up your game. That's what I'm doing. Cool, Sailing Lucy. Not that your dad had a heart attack, but that he survived and he actually listened to you, switched to a high-carb vegan diet. I assume he ate a lot of whole food plants, and he's off his meds. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why we made that video with Satura's mom. She was on like 10 meds or more. And she's down to like 1.5, she said, So that's success. That's what we're trying to do. Spread that message. Have people live. Garden Sunrise 81. Thanks so much for the tip there. Thank you. I'm going to be 50 this year. Life's, it's short. I want to do good with my remaining time. So again, I'm not going to be bothered by people's nonsense. I'm going to keep spreading our message and not get distracted. Yeah, I'm glad you liked that interview, Miss Midway. If you haven't seen that, yeah, guys, check it out. The interview I did, Satura's mom, our friend Satura, she's kind of a sort of famous Latin star, Latin television personality, and her mom had a heart attack. The doctors were suggesting heart bypass, even heart freaking transplant, guys. Transplant. And all she needed to do was go to visit Dr. McDougall for 10 days, learn how to redo her lifestyle, redo how she eats, how she thinks about, everything basically. And she's doing wonderfully. And that's what it's all about, guys, lifestyle. People, TR, people completely ignore the benefits of veganism. They just rather keep on keeping on and take a bunch of medications and, not look at the reason why they got sick. Just try to treat the symptoms rather than treat the disease. Cool, good commerce. But yeah, the new milk video. Thanks. Yeah. There's been so many attacks out there with on milk. It's crazy, on almond milk, So that's fun. If you haven't watched that one, check it out, guys. Yeah, me and Angie did a debunking of some crappy fake news article about how throw out your almond milk, toss it away, or I'll suffer horrible consequences. So it's a bunch of crap. And that's another thing. That's another thing we're really passionate about is people see these articles. You know what I'm talking about, all vegans here, right? Your friends know you're vegan. Your family knows you're vegan. And they see these articles. Oh, man, almond milk is horrible for you. It'll have all these unhealthful consequences. Oh my God, yeah, I know my friend's a vegan and drinks that. I'm going to tell him how bad it is. So that's why I make these articles. So we know, we vegans will know how to respond. A lot of you guys know what's wrong with these articles too, but a lot of people aren't up on it. So that's why I'm passionate about this, to debunk them very logically, very clearly, show exactly where they're lying and where they're exaggerating, basically. So anyway, I hope you guys watched that video. We just put it out yesterday, and I think it was a really, really good one that Angie and I did. See, she does the debunking videos too. Someone asked how come she doesn't join in on those, and she does. It's my wheelhouse, but a lot of times she likes to get into, it just came out, Chandler Arts. Yeah, I got your name right. Yeah, it just came out yesterday, so check it out. I think it's called like warning, toss out your almond milk. It's bad for you. I was just kind of copying the headline of the article that we were debunking. Some people said you're using clickbait. I'm saying, well, maybe that wasn't the intent, but if so, maybe sometimes. I don't do it all the time, but once in a while you got to fight fire with fire. So if they can have a sensational clickbait article, I'll put a video out there so hopefully my goal is really to get more views for what we're saying rather than what they're saying. So sometimes you got to fight fire with fire, sometimes, in a friendly way, not like fighting sort of way, violent sort of way, but, strategically. Your friend, Jenny, your friend heard that almond milk is bad for the environment. Yeah, I made a video about that last year during the California drought. Almond farmers and almond milk were getting a bunch of crap because they take so much water. And I showed literally it's like a drop in the bucket, the amount of water used for almond farming in California compared to dairy farming. And considering California produces like 95+% of the United States almond output, and we don't use as much water as dairy does. And we don't produce 95% of the nation's dairy here. So it just shows you their arguments are flawed. So that's why I put these articles out here. They're a pleasure for me to debunk. I really like doing that. I really like showing you guys what's up. And I want you guys to share this information with all your friends that try to debunk your veganism, try to make you feel bad like you're doing something wrong, like you're not really saving the planet or something like that. Like it's better to eat meat and milk. That, is better for the environment. Bull effing crap. Thanks for the tip there, Devlin. Thanks so much. What about coconut milk or oat milk? Those are great too. They're all good. There's not any one bad nut milk out there. Just try them all. I've tried pretty much all nut milks. Just find your best. I just think almond is the best one. Yeah, if you're allergic to that, try another one. Bull effing crap. Yeah. Yeah, that's what goes. You got it right, little Juanita. We've touched upon that too. The dairy industry is panicking. So they're using their political muscle. They're using their economic muscle by paying bloggers or spreading their misinformation to bloggers who don't know any better and will just repeat their BS talking points. So yeah, there's a fight out there, really, focused, well-funded, organized fight. And, we don't have all those resources, but, we have our voice on YouTube, so we're going to use it. If you have 130,000 subscribers, what should I do? Talk about some guy having a pet, or should I try to like expose the BS going on with the well-funded, well-organized lobbyists and bloggers out there trying to like make us look like we're doing something wrong, like almond milk is bad. So yeah, that's what we're doing, guys. That is our mission. That's what makes me get up every day and want to do what we're doing on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube and you're wondering why I'm not replying, I can't see them. So click the link down in the show notes. Come over to YouNow. You can watch it on YouTube, but I can't talk to you. So come over to YouNow. We have 70 people on right now. Getting a nice, lively discussion. So come and join here. And cool, I'm number 14 on guys. Cool. Have I ever met Mango Island Mama? Yeah. God, what's her name again? Yeah, from Hawaii. Elvis's mom. Yeah, totally. Yeah, met her one time. Really sweet, cool girl. Yeah, I like her. Vegan primer. What you recommend for a married couple with young kids? Very hard to adopt a new eating plan with kids. Wow. I just give them lots of good tasting food, lots of rice and beans, potatoes, good hearty food. Maybe sweeten it up with some nutritional yeast, some vegan cheese so they don't feel like they're missing anything. They might not even notice there's no meat in there if you just have it hearty stuff, guacamole, stuff like that. So try to give them staple foods like that rather than fairly healthy tasting things, for lack of a better term, stuff that just tastes perfect. Try to give them something a little edge to it. That's my tip. Make it a little naughty for kids' sake. You don't want them going on to the animal products. Cool. I'm glad some of you guys are becoming fans here. Thanks. Tequila, Be Natural. Eat meat is not more filling. I mean, fat is filling, but you can get filled up on anything, right? You can get filled up on rice and beans and potatoes. You don't need meat in that mix too. That's just an excuse, seriously, it's just an excuse. You can get filled up on bananas. Any advice on starting a vegan YouTube channel? Yeah, I would say probably don't. Go on YouTube, but is there something else that you're into? You're asking there, Jenny. Is there something else you do? You could be a person like that talks about some other interest that happens to be a vegan, and people will listen to you there. But unless you really want to go hard, and you never know, it could catch on. But yeah, you're right. There's tons and tons of vegan YouTubers out there now. There's no time to watch everyone. So yeah, maybe think of something else you're passionate about and bring the veganism in. That's my tip to people. Yeah, Alex, eat a bunch of potatoes and tell me you can't get full on a vegan diet. Yeah, totally. I'm so looking forward to eating my potatoes tonight now, actually. He doesn't think it's normal to consume more than one banana at a time, TR. Well, maybe not normal for him, but what's normal? What's wrong with consuming, or eating, I should say, 5 bananas? What's wrong with that? You're not going to die of potassium. If he thinks that, show him our videos. The video entitled Bananas, the World's Most Dangerous Fruit. Our most viewed video of all time, over 2 million views. Have him watch that one, where I show all the media. Again, this is what I'm passionate about. You see all these dumb jerks in the media. They're talking about all these horrible things about bananas, how you can't consume that many, you're going to get sick, blah, 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 too much potassium. And I go through and show the science and show the true facts, data from the United States government's nutritional database that shows bananas don't even have that much potassium in them. So, cool. Thanks for the tip there, Mary Cat 43603. Thanks so much. Yeah, 5 a day, good karma spirit, at least. I've had about maybe 14 bananas today. Yesterday I had only 2. So yeah, it all depends. But yeah, bananas, good food for you. Let's see what's going on here. 1 hit of a banana will kill you. That's why it's the most dangerous fruit, huh? You might slip on it, on the peel, huh? Hey, from Australia, Lottie, what is up? And let's see. Did I watch Jackson's Banana Island? No, I've been really bad on YouTube. I haven't really watched too many of my friends. Jackson's a friend of mine, and I haven't watched what he's been doing. So I'm going to segue into, if I can't watch my friends, why should I watch all these drama channels talking crap, So yeah, no, I know he did it. And then didn't he finish it off, or a few days after that, eat some massive amount of calories from vegan junk food or something like that. So maybe that's the direction he wants to go in his channel. I remember he did tell me those videos where he does eating challenges seem to attract a lot of attention. So could I live without Dole Whip? Good question, Jenny. Well, I'm really happy to find that I haven't gone there yet. About maybe 12, 13 miles from my house, there's a place where I can go any day of the week, not Disneyland, and buy Dole Whip. Yeah, they have the exact Dole Whip flavor that they have at the Tiki Hut in Disneyland. So yeah, I'm really excited to go have some Dole Whip. I'm sure once the weather warms up some more, I'm going to go, and we're going to make a video about it, obviously, because you guys know how much I love Dole Whip. So he did the junk food, Alexa, because Jackson were talking about, because he lost too much weight on Banana Island. See, that's why I tell you guys not to go raw vegan. It's really hard to get enough calories. It really, really is hard. I weighed a lot less, and it wasn't a good less. It wasn't like I was overweight at the time. I just, I was 10 pounds lighter than I am now, and I think I look a hell of a lot better now. I look, frighteningly thin. Not that I was unhealthy, but it just was not a good look for me. Cool. I'm glad you like our Disneyland videos. I've never tried, William, Vegan Safe B12. Is that a brand or something like that? But yeah, if you do get B12, make sure it's plant-based. Most are. But yeah, check for sure. Have I been to Harry Potter Land yet? No. Where's that? Universal Studios? I haven't been there in so long. Yeah, maybe we'll go there one day and make a video. Let's see. Do I have an opinion on the fundraising effort to sue Charles? I didn't know there was a fundraising effort to sue Charles. Oh, man, what's up with people, man? I really can't comment on it because that's all I know about it. Just off the top of my head, it's like, what is going on with people? What is up? Why is there so much BS and drama out there? Why do vegans hate other vegans so much for? It's I tell you, my fight is not with vegans. My fight is against the milk industries, the meat industries, and all the misinformation that arises from them, either through their lobbyist groups or through their misinformation. So that's my enemy. I'm coming out. That is my enemy. That's who I'm fighting against. So I understand why other vegans dedicate so much time to fight other vegans. It's freaking stupid. That's stupid. Why are we infighting for? Aren't we all vegans? But no, I guess people need to fight each other. It's just some kind of need or something like that, which I don't get sucked into. Too mature, too Buddhist. Yeah, vegan high school. Again, I've said this 100 times. I'll say it again. I'm here to help people online, with our whole vegan channel here. It's here to help people in some way or another. And talking crap, being the vegan police on other vegans doesn't help a damn person. It won't keep, you can't stay passionate about that, How do you wake up every morning? Yeah, I'm going to go attack this guy and call him out, and I'm going to sue this other guy. How does that, which are really weird, how does that make you get up in the morning and want to work hard and, make great videos and all that? Let's see. Okay, they're fighting him because of defamatory things he said about people. Yeah, it's unfortunate that some vegan YouTubers find that to be their wheelhouse, to talk crap and defame others. I'm not just talking about him. There's a bunch of people that are smack talking, and not really helping anyone. They think they are. They think they're doing a service or something like that, but they're just kidding themselves. But yeah, let's see. Let's face it, the lawsuit is an elephant in the room right now, and there's no sense denying it. What do you want me to say, Carrie? I just acknowledge that it exists. I think it's pointless. Why are these vegans fighting each other? You guys have lost the point if you're fighting each other, I just said who the enemies are, and they're not fellow vegans. So, if you want me to comment on this lawsuit, I'll tell you, I know nothing about it. You guys just told me about it right now, so you're asking an ignorant person to comment on something. So I don't know anything about it. So yeah, capture that moment there. That's my position there. I'm going to put my energy into where my energies are best spent, and that is fighting the good fight against the appropriate enemy and not talking smack on other vegans. Let's see. Peace, love, wasn't seen as such a cliche. I hear you, Georgia. Yeah, I know. So it takes all kinds. There's vegans that are not into that now. Favorite vegan cosmetic brands? I think Angie's better to ask on that. Yeah, I don't have any personal. I don't use really anything. I use a shampoo that I get at the market, but Nature's Dentist, fluoride-free toothpaste. Yeah, I don't really use a bunch of stuff like that. Sorry. Yeah, I wish I could help you out on that. Yeah, Dr. Stork's been an enemy for a long time, too. Yeah, you guys know I've been on top of him for all the crap he's said against plant-based diets. But then I give credit where credit's due. I give him kudos for promoting less animal protein, more plant protein on his doctor. And in his latest book, he's finally figured out microbiome, that your microbiome is most healthy when fed tons of plants, tons of fiber. And the only way you're going to do that is by eating more plants. So kudos to him. You're starting to get really tired easily, Lottie. Any advice on what plant foods to eat more of? Not to pimp our Keep It Carb book, but have you seen what we eat in our What We Eat in a Day videos? Because we're fairly old, 49 years old, and we seem to keep our energy pretty well. I just played basketball, basically 2.5 hours with no breaks, other than in between games grabbing some water. But yeah. So yeah, eat. Basically, it's pretty simple when you get down to it on a very general level. Whole food plants. Yeah, you can have some processed goodies here and there, but the bulk of your food should be from whole food plants, mainly lots of carbs, with some greens and stuff, but carbs, I'm talking about, rice, potatoes, legumes, bananas, your favorite fruits. yeah, get some of the starches in, get some greens on there. It's like the stuff that we eat in our book. How about oil? Oil is not really cool. Yeah, you want to get some fats, but I recommend getting your fats from. If you need some overt fats, have avocado. Have some nuts and seeds. Don't go crazy with them, obviously, but yeah, oil is really not your friend. Yeah, we pretty much live in an oil-free house. Use it very, very rarely. Gluten could be making you tired to carry, yeah, but most people aren't gluten intolerant. So yeah, we're not. We have a really good whole food bread made by Ezekiel, and it doesn't do any bad things to us. So yeah. Let's see. What do you think of paleo's premise and rationale to not eat grains? Well, it's false, because it's been shown that people from Paleolithic times ate grains too. They found them like lodged in the teeth or something like that. Dr. McDougall has talked about that before. So it's a misguided premise. Really, it's a whole food plant. It's a whole food plant. So it's weird when you meet some of the general paleo guys. I know there's ones that are really hardcore and really strict, but your average paleo guys will drink butter coffee all day, like that was something cavemen were doing, but not eat rice or grains. It makes no sense. Those are whole freaking foods that are healthy for you. In fact, studies have shown that the longest lived people on the planet, if you look at the various groups, common food in there are legumes. So if you're eliminating that food group and you think you're going to live a long time, well, you're going against what the science out there shows. Yeah, lack of water. Great one, George. Yes. Hydrate up. You might not be drinking enough. You might, I said don't go crazy, but a lot of people I don't think drink enough. I think Angie could actually hydrate up a little bit more even, and she does a pretty good job. But yes, water. Water is huge, especially if you're having all these carbs too. These big meals, you need some water to help digest it down, I think. Don't drink during your eating if you can help it. But yeah, just have your system hydrated, especially if you do some exercise. Oh yeah, I love Neil Young. Seen him a few times play live. I've loved him since I was a child, man. Rust Never Sleeps. Is that the album that really I was listening to all the time? Yeah, Live Rust. Yeah, totes. Okay. Have I tried vegan fish sticks? No. Kelly, you met Neil Young? Wow, I've never thought of being able to meet Neil Young. I would just probably, freak out. We're not worthy, we suck kind of thing, Yeah, Neil Diamond's cool too. Yeah, I had one of his albums when I was a younger boy too. Yeah, I don't think I have that anymore in my collection, but I definitely got some Neil Young back there. I got some Neil Young CDs that I've ripped that are in my iTunes I listen to all the time. Bryan Adams is vegan? Well, didn't know that. Wow, that's cool. So if you have a good vegan fish stick that you want us to check out, cool. Ben Harper of The Biggest Loser went for vegan to hardcore paleo and had a heart attack. That's. I didn't even try to blame his heart attack on paleo guys. I was trying to be really nice, really not being a dick kind of person. I just looked at what he was eating. I noticed he was eating 2 to 3 eggs every day, and red flags went off there. That's super high cholesterol, and the science connecting egg eating with high cholesterol and heart attacks is really strong. And that's really surprising since Bob Harper, said he had a family hereditary issue with high cholesterol. So, yeah, I just wanted to point out, hey, bro, since you're lucky to survive that heart attack, you might as well go back to rethinking your whole diet and veganism. I don't know much. What do you want to know about epigenetics? That might not be my wheelhouse there. And people have told me he's having butter coffee every morning. So that could have been a really long video. Eggs every morning and butter coffee every morning. Like, wow, that's like a recipe for a heart attack. Really not smart for a person who said he's concerned about his cholesterol levels, which he blamed on his hereditariness. Hereditary. But you guys just catch my video too. When he went vegan, his genetically high cholesterol dropped 100 points. So I guess it's not that hereditary. It's not that genetic. It's related to diet. Duh, So anyway, yeah, butter coffee is just gross. Anyway, I did a video on Dave Asprey's butter coffee before, and I don't know if I need to do another one. It's just freaking gross. Oh, wow, you found a Gibson steel guitar at a pawn shop? Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, man, I envy you. totally envy you. That's the kind of score that, yeah, every guitar player dreams of, finding this cool old steel guitar. I got a crappy steel guitar. I don't even want to play it ever. It's so not good. Um, let's see. Are you guys talking at the Veg Fest in LA in April? Yeah, yeah. We just made a video. Watch that, Sylvia. Just put it out like maybe on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, where we talk all about that. We're doing a little interview with Mr. Vegan. He's on the board of that. He's got all this insider info and who's coming. So yeah, watch that video. We're going to be there. We're going to be talking. I think we have a t-shirt booth there and stuff too. So yeah, definitely check it out. Rev Sean King, what is my salt intake like? Well, in the house, we pretty much don't put salt in our foods. I mean, on occasion, might be a couple grains sprinkled on something that shows you. If you can count the grains, it's not that much salt. I do get my salt, though, when I go out to restaurants. So it's not like I'm completely salt-free. So yeah, so that's the way I go. Low salt, no salt at home. And then when you go out and have dinner in restaurants, let it happen as it's going to happen anyway. Oh, I just heard or just saw that there's 90 people watching on YouTube, which is even more than the 83 I have here on YouNow. So if you're wondering why I can't see your comments on YouTube, come over to YouNow. The links should be in the show description down below, and join the discussion here. Get this discussion up over 100. Just have 20 of you, 90 people come over. If you're just a voyeur and enjoy just watching me talk, that's cool. But if you want to get in on this big, fun discussion we're having tonight, come over now, YouNow, Happy Healthy Vegan. Click that link. So yeah, cool. It's your first time on YouNow. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, come over and join. I'm going to do more YouTube streams too, where I'm just only on YouTube. I'm liking their new setup they got there, so that's going to start happening more too. But yeah, YouNow is where I'm at right now. Do I eat lots of beans? Yeah, XL Raw. We eat beans all the time. You know, just like regular beans, like pinto beans, black beans, garbanzo beans, and legumes too. All the ones like they're in Indian food, like chickpeas and mung beans and stuff like that. So yeah, legumes, great food. Food I have for breakfast, porcelain doll, this morning, about 9 bananas. Is it okay to put salt on your potato fries? Yeah, don't go crazy. I'm not gonna. There's some salt in the ketchup and the mustard again, so yeah, I'm getting a little bit there. So I'm not totally anal about getting no salt. I just try to not put it on anything, and when I get it in other foods, you know, so be it, you know. So we have a pretty low salt diet is what I'm getting at, without really being really anal about it. What can you do to help the animals other than just being vegan? Well, being vegan is the greatest thing you can do to help the animals, just by not consuming animal products for food and not consuming animal products for like clothes, being aware and conscious of the stuff you buy. That's the best thing you can do, really. Think about it. What else can you do? The other thing you do is try to tell other people about it in a non-confrontational, you know, nice way, but that's the best thing you do. Just be vegan for the rest of your life. Oh, thanks again for the tip, Sailing Lucy Day. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Much appreciated. Let's see. What is going on here? Okay, we're still talking about salt and stuff like that. Let's see, yeah, vegan junk food. Like I said, we have it once in a while. It's not bad for you, but don't make that be your staple. That was like my mistake in the beginning. That's a big newbie mistake there, is have like vegan processed food all the time. Really expensive and not really all that great for you. So yeah, shop in the produce section, get Whole Foods, and then I go down the bean aisle and get lots of canned beans too. So yeah, Whole Foods. Need to lose 100 pounds? Any tips? Go vegan for a while and work on just building some fitness up over time if you haven't got that going already. You know, if you can't run, walk, you know, ride a bike, you know, play some sport that you're into. Just do something to move a little bit almost every day. That's it. Eat healthy. You know, what I mean by that is vegan. Whole food plants as much as you can. Try to avoid the salt, stuff like that. You know, whole food plants is your friend. Let's see. Cool, Tiara. We were the second vegan channel you found. Cool. I'm glad you didn't have to like go too far before you found us. Yeah, we got to start cooking our own beans, XLR Raw. I have a pressure cooker. I have some dried beans that I should work on. It's just so much easier to open them from the can, you know? Cool. You lost 70 pounds in 6 months, Scott. On McDougall? Cool. I know Satira's mom, and we did the interview with her in February. I don't know how many pounds she dropped, but yeah, she looked a lot better than the previous time we saw her. And, you know, she wasn't trying to lose weight. She was just eating McDougall style, whole food plants. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the best thing you do, and getting a little exercise in there. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to join the gym and sweat your butt off and do all this crazy stuff. But yeah, just move the body a little bit. Hey, Beth, have I watched Eat and Jack YouTube channel? What, a fat vegan eats? Was that it? No, recommend that for our friends here? Yeah, let them check it out to see what someone who's overweight and vegan and trying to lose some weight. Yeah, we should get an Instapot. Yeah, Mr. Vegan has hooked me up with Instapot. We have something else right now, some other pressure cooker, but yeah, I want to check out Instapot. It seems Instant Pot seems better than the one we got. No, yeah, I saw your question, Jay. I forgot about that. No, we haven't met Dr. Michael Greger yet. I would love to meet Dr. Greger. I'm pretty sure he's aware of who we are because he's I remember he's shared some of our Instagrams in the past. I don't know if it was him. I think it was someone on his team, but somehow I think he's aware of us. So it'd be cool to talk with him someday. I know he's very open. A lot of vegan YouTubers have done interviews with him. So I'm just waiting for that right time. Yeah, everyone loves the Instant Pot. I know. We're going to get that. Ryan, are mock meats unhealthier than real meats? What kind of question is that? How could mock meats be unhealthier than real meats? They contain no cholesterol. They don't harbor any antibiotics that the animals were given. How could they be unhealthier? Can someone help me out here? I'm really struggling to imagine how mock meats could be unhealthier. And there's no such thing as mock meats. There's so many different kinds. Comparing a Beyond Burger and an Impossible Burger with like a garden burger or something like that, which isn't even vegan. I thought they have eggs in there. There's no such thing. You have to do it on a case-by-case basis. So as far as let's do it. Let's take this thought experiment one step down. So if you want to capture this moment, feel free here. I'm going to compare the Beyond Burger. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the new Beyond Burger from Beyond Meat. And I remember I compared its nutritional profile with that of like a beef burger. And it's exactly the same. They put the same amount of carbs, protein, fat, vitamins, and they try to get the taste down. The only thing that's missing is the saturated fat, which is bad for you, and the cholesterol, which is bad for you. So how could a fake meat, Beyond Beef, Beyond Burger be worse for you than a real meat burger, which has the same stuff, but the bad stuff is still left in there? So if anyone could tell me how a mock burger is unhealthier, how is it healthier to have cholesterol and saturated fat? I'm just telling you that is what brand of mock meat. We don't really eat much mock meat, Just go, yeah. You guys can throw your favorites out here. We've tried them all, like Tofurkey, Gardein. Beyond Meat is good. Yeah, check that stuff out. It's usually kind of expensive. Yeah, Veggie Grill now has the Beyond Burger. It's really expensive. It's like a $12 burger or something like that, which was just kind of expensive. You get the 2 patties at Whole Foods for like half that price. So anyway, yeah. So that's my answer there about mock meats versus real meats. I can imagine no scenario how meats with saturated fat and cholesterol and antibiotics and all that can be any better for you than a Beyond Burger. There's no effing way. It's effing impossible. No, Kelly, I haven't found the new Cherry Garcia. Yeah, I've been looking all around, looking at all my different markets here. I asked the guy at Whole Foods, is really on top of helping me find everything, and he's had no luck yet either. I've checked different markets. I cannot find the Ben & Jerry's yet. When I find it, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to freaking mukbang the heck out of that thing, seriously, because that's my favorite flavor. Yeah, Chunky Monkey's cool, but for me, it all begins and ends with Cherry Garcia. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, again, it's not the kind of thing you want to eat all the time, It's just cool that exists. So when people go vegan, they know they don't have to give up everything. There's great vegan cheeses. There's great vegan mock meats that are healthy, and there's great ice creams. Cherry Garcia, Okay, I guess I should go to the Ben & Jerry's Scoop Shop then. I'll just try to avoid it. It's in this really crowded, annoying shopping center movie mall that just really annoys me. So I'll try to go, and there's no good Walmarts around me. So I will go seek it out, and make a video because I love Cherry Garcia. Dole Whips, Cherry Garcia. That's what I'm all about when it comes to like frozen vegan stuff, Well, I haven't even tried the vegan Ben & Jerry's yet, but I'm sure I'm going to love it. If it's not the same level as like the Chunky Monkey is, being virtually identical in taste, but doesn't have the bad stuff. So yeah, Ben & Jerry's, man. I know they're not a vegan company, but and I like to promote vegan companies too. But I gotta say, Ben & Jerry's has it, man. Those the 4 flavors that I tried, the original 4 are awesome. I can't wait to try the new 2. Many mashed potato chips. Gosh, Oh, man, we were making them around Thanksgiving. It's really hard to get it right, huh? I wish I remember the tricks that we learned. I don't remember. Sorry. I think, yeah, leaving the skin on and wait, I forgot what our tricks were. It's tough to make. We don't make it that often. That's the thing, mashed potatoes. Yeah, I like what you're saying there. Series, pieces. We can literally, as vegans, substitute anything and it tastes even better because there is no cruelty. Yeah, no cows had to get exploited. In fact, here's the vote for Ben and Jerry's. When you buy them, the dairy free, that means they're not making as many purchases for milk products, right? They're buying more almond milk instead, you know, so you're having them increase their plant purchases and decrease their animal purchases. So yeah, so it's good to support these non-vegan companies as well as pure vegan companies. Everyone needs a vote in my book as far as if it's going to increase the amount of plant products they're buying and, you know, decrease the animal products out there in the world. Yeah, Miyoko's cheese. Mia, you got it, man. We can't find it here in SoCal. We get it when we go out of town, but yeah, Miyoko's is really, really good. Sanitarium have the best vanilla bliss. Oh, okay. I've never even checked that out. Thanks for these tips here, guys. Blenders as good as Vitamix, but more affordable. You guys could jump in here. Yeah, Vitamix is great. Has a great warranty. People have said good things about Blendtex. I don't know if that is any cheaper. I know it's like the same kind of caliber. But yeah, Vitamix is cool. It's really, I've had this thing since like 2011, 2012. I use it almost every day. I put it through hell and it survives. It's really, really well made. So it's an investment. Think of it as an investment because it is something like that. If it's, I don't know what, like $300-400, if you break it down, you know, how much I've used it, how many days I've used it, it's probably pennies each day or something like that. Yeah, okay, so Blendtex are way cheaper. Yeah, so I would check that out. If see what their warranties are like. Yeah, I know the Vitamix, I don't know, is it like 5 years, 10 years, or lifetime? Something really, really, you know, they put their money where their mouth is. That's how, you know, how solid that thing is. Yeah, you found a Vitamix on Craigslist. Good idea. Yeah, cool. You guys are giving some good ideas out there. Yeah, I saw someone get a NutriBullet. I know she got it for Christmas. It seemed really small. Like I couldn't put more than like 4 or 5 bananas in it maybe. You know, that wouldn't work out for me. But if that's all you got, you know, that'll get most people going. Most people don't need to have, I guess, more than 4 or 5 bananas. You know, I'm just kind of, you know, I'm a big guy, 180 pounds. I got to eat my food. Black bean brownies, Livy, you know it. Angie makes black bean brownies quite often. In fact, I'm going to remind her she needs to make some more black bean brownies. I think she makes them in the dehydrator, if I remember right. So, yeah. Check out your selfie with Dr. Gregor on your Instagram. Cool. He is a celebrity. Dr. Gregor is awesome. He rocks, you know. Thank God Dr. Gregor exists, right? I mean, there's so many other, like, you know, doctors that are not on our side, not in, you know, the side of plant-based diets. So it's great that that's what he does. He doesn't treat patients. He's dedicated his whole working life to putting out, to promoting all the information that he finds, often in the most obscure journals that no other human would ever know. He lives right by one of the best medical libraries in the world, and he lets us know about this stuff. It shows unequivocally that the plant-based diet, a vegan diet, is the most healthy diet, bar none. You know, he is a celebrity. Favorite food that Angie makes? Oh, Alex, I don't know. That's tough. Oh, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Right now, if she were to make like some tacos, like some rice and beans and guacamole and salsa, oh my God, I would lose my ass big time, man. I would lose it. That sounds good right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, Mielco cheese is made in Northern California, Beth. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I've only really seen it on my trips to Northern California. They have like a mozzarella at of Mielco's at Whole Foods, but I don't know why. If they can get the mozzarella, why can't they get the full array of their cheese? It really bums me out. So anyway, let's see how I'm doing on time here. 8:30. I still got some time before I need to turn that oven on. Cool. I see I have now 99 people now, almost 100 people. So I assume a lot of you guys came over from YouTube. If you just want to voyeur over there at YouTube, cool. But if you want to join the discussion here with 99 live vegans chatting with me, come over now and YouNow. The link should be in the show description down below. Does Angie ever make mock meat? No. I think that's kind of the point of mock meat, huh? That it's convenient. It's already kind of pre-made, you know. So yeah, no, like I said, we have mock meat once in a while, really, really rarely, you know. It's not something we get every week at the market. Let's say, yeah, Miyoko in Sacramento. Y'all make kombucha? No, we don't make kombucha. We're not really big kombucha fans. We find it a little bit acidic. And are we 420 friendly? If people really want to know that, we're friendly in the sense that I feel it should be fully legal. You know, I don't understand why, you know, your average schmo can go down to the liquor store and get all manner of crazy crap there, you know, and then go to their doctor, have the doctor write a prescription for OxyContin and, you know, all sorts of crazy stuff there. Yeah, a plant that grows naturally, doesn't need a laboratory, and doesn't addict people, has never killed people. You don't get lung cancer and you don't get addicted to it. Why that would be illegal? It makes no freaking sense. It makes no sense. It's the government being dicks, basically. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, and like I said, I'd rather see more people smoking weed than drinking and driving and causing accidents and killing people and beating their wives and kids and stuff like that. People don't do that when they're high. In fact, I read statistics. Insurance companies, you know, car insurance shows that people who smoke weed actually drive better, more safe than people who are fully sober. I think it's because if you're stoned, you're driving more cautiously rather than if you're drunk, you're all, yeah, I'm so cool, nothing can go wrong kind of thing. So what was I going to say? So yeah, it's actually, yeah, I'm not recommending that's or anything. I'm just saying that's what the statistics have shown, strangely. Seems kind of, they weren't expecting that, but data is data. It's hard to fight that. Yeah, it depends on how you are too, I guess, huh? And I've said I've smoked it in the past, particularly in my youth, my college days, you know. Nothing bad happened to me. I didn't become a junkie or anything like that. I didn't rob houses. I didn't beat people up or anything like that. I just made music, listened to music, got into philosophical discussions with my fellow philosophy major friends, and, you know, have nothing but positive stuff to say about it. But I know, you know, when I had phases of my life when I drank more booze, you know, things weren't going as well, you know. I was never an alcoholic, but I saw some questions here about ketogenic diets and fasting or anything like that. We're not fans of ketogenic diets or anything like that, which means going low carb. You know, we're all about high carb veganism. So yeah, it's not our thing. If that makes you feel good, cool. But yeah, if you're just asking my opinion, how I live my life, not my thing at all. And fasting, again, if you're really ill, super ill, maybe I'd think about going to like True North in Northern California. We have medically supervised, you know, doctors right there helping you out. I know Dr. McDougall sends his sickest patients there. But if you're a relatively healthy person, like most of us are, like I am, fasting, why bother, you know? In fact, if I were fasting, I would have less energy, right? So I'd be making fewer videos for you guys to watch. I'd have less energy to think through the bogus arguments that I'm trying to debunk, and I wouldn't be able to go out and play basketball for 2.5 hours and doing all the stuff I do. So yeah, less energy, you know, from food means less stuff you can do. Energy's life, guys, really right. The more energy you got, the more stuff you can do. So for me, I want to have that energy to kick some ass in life. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. If it works for you, cool. Is it possible for your cholesterol to be too low? I don't know. I read the China study. He's talking about in China, they read some obscenely low cholesterol levels, like under 100, and the people are doing just fine. So, you know, I'm not a medical doctor, but check that out. That's interesting. I disagree. Intermittent fasting equals more energy. I'd like to come out and play one-on-one basketball with a fellow vegan who's doing intermittent fasting. They won't be able to keep up. There's just no way. No, there's just no way. I'm not bagging on them or anything, because if you're only going on like 1/3 the calories or no calories that your body needs to live, and if I'm going on 4,000 calories, you know, it's not a fair fight. All other things being equal. But yeah, if you got some health issues, read about it. I've never had to go down that road yet in my life, thank heavens, you know. But if I did get some kind of incurable illness, I will definitely research that some more. You know, I'm leaving it open. But for my current lifestyle, no, I'm cool. Anyway, what was your cholesterol level? Good food goddess, please. If you don't know it, let me know. Was it like under 100? Because what's considered normal, is like 200. That's already super high. You should get your cholesterol below 150. That's what Dr. Esselstyn's shown. If you get your cholesterol below 150 and eat a whole food plant-based diet with no oil, you're pretty much heart attack proof. So anyway, but yeah, check that book out. Dr. Esselstyn's like reversing heart disease, something like that. Check that out. Ages. Yeah, people wonder how old we are. We are both, oh man, I'm so gassy from that smoothie I had earlier from when I got back from basketball. We were both 49 years old. Yeah, 49. Again, if you're on YouTube, come on over here. Come and chill with us here on YouNow. Cool, I'm number 10 on guys. Yeah, top 10 on guys. Woohoo! Yeah, you're right, Jenny. Doctors have a totally skewed perspective on cholesterol. Again, what's considered normal here, well, the whole population is skewed towards higher cholesterol. If you go to, say, the old school Okinawans, which their society's messed up now since the introduction of fast Western foods. But anyway, if you go back to the cholesterol is way lower. Rural China, way lower. But that was the past. I think everyone's starting to catch up to us now. Let's see. How long have we been together? Serious pieces? We met in late 1998 and got married in 2005. So, let's see. Okay, so Scott, you played rugby with some fasting Muslims on Ramadan. Yeah, it did affect their performance. That's what I'm saying. It can't really, make you have more energy. It's going to affect you. You can, do stuff, not to say you're going to be immobile or anything like that, but compared to a fully carved up athlete, especially as you grind it on long term, it should wear you down. How much longer am I going to be on for? I'm going to be on for about half an hour, Merchant of Tolby, something like that, because I got to make the potato logs in a little bit. So yeah, put the kids to bed. XL Raw, thanks. Charles, good questions. Do we go to bed early every night? No, I go to bed around 1 a.m., something like that, 1:30, get up around 10 a.m. So that 8 to 9 hours of sleep. It's not like I'm sleeping deprived. I just go to bed a little later and wake up a little bit later. Do I listen to goth music? I was never a goth music lover. I like music that's kind of goth friendly, I guess. You want to say like Cocteau Twins and Cure and Dead Can Dance and, stuff like that. But, I was never like a Christian Death or Bauhaus fan or something like that, But yeah, very goth friendly. We've played at many goth clubs. My old band, Love Spirals Downwards, in our past for sure. The fact that's how we were quite known back in the day is through kind of the goth scene. The goth scene kind of latched onto our sound because it's very dreamy and ethereal and stuff like that. But no, we were never, we're as goth as like say Dead Can Dance or Cocteau Twins are. But all those bands again are goth friendly. Skinny Puppy, weren't they more industrial than goth? I know there's like industrial goth and stuff like that, but not to get too many weird musical tangents here and bore y'all or anything like that. Yep, I got 2 turntables, microphone here. Yep, I'm like Beck, man. You don't have your lab results are good, food goddess, but felt awful, DHA and iron low. Try eating some more nuts and seeds, like my pumpkin seeds that I have. I thought they were really good for both of those things. I think they're the highest food for iron, because it contains iron. So eat pumpkin seeds. I think they're pretty good for your DHA. I know walnuts are good for your DHA. So yeah, maybe have that. I know a lot of vegans don't necessarily eat enough nuts and seeds. I try to eat nuts and seeds every day. Again, I don't go crazy, but I'll eat, throughout the day. I'll have maybe 30 pumpkin seeds or something like that. What do I think is happening to the EPA with this new government? Yeah, we'll be lucky if after 4 years we still have any national parks and environment. Is that how America's going to be made great again, by getting rid of the national parks? How many people driving through America and think, you know what a real problem here is, guys? I think we have too much green space, too many natural parks, the water and these rivers. It needs to be a little bit more polluted maybe so industries can exploit the resources here and make more money. That's would be great again, So you can guess from that, who I didn't vote for, okay? I can just tell you, yeah, I vote across different platforms. Yeah, I vote for people in different parties is what I'm saying, but I don't think I've ever for a presidential election voted a Republican, voted Republican. Not to get too political here, just, look at me. Do I seem like the kind of guy who, wants to, like, follow the platform? I'm not going to get too political here, but, I'm more about, individual freedom. I fight for people's rights more than the rights of corporations. That's kind of, the two parties are really similar. I'm not saying one party's better than the other, but they have at their core the sense of, like, freedom. But one party is more freedom for the big businesses. Others, big business is cool, but we'll want to give some to the people too. So that's why, if anything, I'll vote for. But this election, I didn't vote for a major party. I'll leave it at that. I talked about it before. I voted with my party, which is a non-major party. Anyway, what non-vegan channels do I follow? I follow a channel called let's see. This is his name. It's for me to. I follow two. One is called Yogi, Catalyst Yogi. That's actually a Kundalini yoga teacher guy. He does some cool raps that resonate with us if you're into Kundalini yoga. And I follow another guy called Quist Jam, Cuist Jam. He does these cool backing tracks that I jam along to sometimes. So those are probably our favorite non-vegan YouTubers. And I'll watch PewDiePie once in a while too. There's a reason why he's the #1 most subscribed channel. You just want to learn just see what he's doing. Maybe you can learn a few little tips from him like that. Due to your high food diet, have you ever pooped in my pants? Nope. Nope, haven't pooped in my pants yet. Let's see, do I have a list of channels you follow on your YouTube? No, but in our right-hand column on YouTube, I have a list of channels that I would hope others follow. They're mainly fellow LA vegan YouTubers. Not all of them. There's a few non-LA ones. I think Mike the Vegan might be in there, but I think they're people that are doing a really good job. And you should check them out. Not all of them are really big. Some are small. So, yeah, check them out. Yeah, I know who Clifton Roberts is for sure. I've talked to their people many times. Yeah, totally. PewDiePie is the most subscribed YouTuber. Every one of his videos gets, like, at least 2 million views or something like that. What do I think of Life Regenerator, Dan the Man? I was aware of who he was back when we were going to, like, say, Woodstock Fruit Festival, and I really don't know much about him. I know he's really into, like, fasting and not eating a lot. So speaking of the diet and being fully raw and fasting, I can't say I support that. But him as a person, he seems like a nice guy. He was never mean to us or anything like that. Seems like a cool dude. If he came to town and, I'd say hi to him and see if we want to hang out or something. What do I think of a natural vegan? I don't think about it. I don't watch her content. I've called her out in the past, not for being a bad vegan, but for putting out bad information like eating meat doesn't cause cancer and Splenda is healthy for you. This is the kind of stuff I'll call people out, for putting misinformation out there. Like, almond milk is horrible for you. If there's misinformation going out there about, like, food, I'll make a video sometimes, But, yeah, she seems like she might be a nice girl, a natural vegan, whatever her name is, Swayze, something like that. Again, if I saw her, I'd say hi to her, for sure. How many days a week do I go and eat at restaurants? It really depends what's going on. Like, if we don't have anything going on, maybe 0, maybe 1, something like that. This week, we actually have some things to attend to over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll probably have dinner out those 3 days in a row, which is really rare for us. So, yeah, 0 to 3, I guess, is average, something like that. Yeah, PewDiePie makes bank. If you're not aware of the #1 YouTuber of all time there. Yeah, he makes a lot of money. Millions and millions of dollars. It's crazy. And his main shtick is playing video games too, Let's see. How often do I eat greens? I wish I ate more greens than I do, but I like to get some greens of some kind every day, It's so easy to overlook it sometimes. You want to carb up and everything. But, yeah, throw some lettuce on, throw some kale in the kitchen, all sorts of ways to get greens. Put cabbage in there, but putting greens in your food, good. This might be some weird. Sylvia, what are you asking me? What routine or products do you use to keep healthy teeth and gums? Floss every night, with dental floss, vegan floss. And then also have this water pick thing that goes in between the gums to squirt it out. So, yeah, you might want to check that out. Also, scraping your tongue and the top of your mouth off with a tongue scraper in the morning. I used to do that for a while. And actually, here's a use for oils, guys. Get some oil. I used to have some coconut oil that I use for this, an oil pull. Try to do that maybe once every few weeks or so. It pulls the bacteria out of the gums and kills them. So yeah, little things like that. How often do I go to a doctor, Charles? I try to go once a year, unless something weird happens, maybe like I'm sick or something, or break a bone, which I haven't yet, knock on wood. But yeah, once a year, so I can get a blood test. I need to go. I think I'm about due now, so I can get my free blood panel and put it up on YouTube to share with you guys. So I'll make sure I don't eat a bunch of Ben and Jerry's before I go. I want my cholesterol to look nice and good, because yeah, when you have a high-fat diet like that, lots of oils, especially ones with saturated fat like coconut oil, and Ben & Jerry's has its saturated fat in there. It can raise your cholesterol. Yeah, I know there's no meat in there or anything like that, but it has the effect of raising your body's natural production of it. But anyway, yeah, I'll make sure I'm going in nice and clean and get some good results there for you guys. All right, hang on one sec. Okay, wait, I see one question here. Essential oils and peppermint. Cool, you guys are getting some great tips there. Let's see, Carrie, VC was dead wrong in his critique of mock meats. Yeah, I just covered that. I went off for like 5 minutes. I was trying to say, capture that moment too. I'm going to try to figure out how mock meats could be any worse than real meats, and there's no way. I said I compared to like the Beyond Burger with a real burger. It has all the same protein, carbs, and fat, but it doesn't have the saturated fat, doesn't have the cholesterol. So that alone makes it more healthy. Yeah, but it's not like, it doesn't have antibiotics and other crap that's in real meat. So there's just no way. It's really, I can't understand how that claim could be made. Not bagging on him, just bagging. I don't even know if he said that. That's what you guys are saying. I'm just saying, if you're just throwing that question at me, I just can't imagine how real meat could be better for than like a Beyond Burger. There's just no way. Maybe a real meat compared to like some really crappy burger that's got nothing in it, but still the really crappy vegan burger won't have the cholesterol and the saturated fat and the pus and hormones and stuff like that. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I see 88 of you. If you're on YouTube, come over, but I got to start the oven so I can make my potato log. So hang on. It'll take me about roughly 20 seconds to start the oven up. Hang on. All right, go. Sprint. All right. I'm curious. Now that we were talking about Fup man from Japan, while we were talking about that information, how mock meats are less healthy than real meats. What was the fact about that? Was there any science being presented? Were there any studies? Is there a comparison of nutrients? Or was he just speculating with no basis in reality? I'd like to know that, because I don't watch it. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, maybe just trolling, but I want to know if there's any evidence presented, real evidence, other than just saying those words. I would really like to know that. Yep, good point, Carrie. Mock meats don't crap into our water supply. So you guys are saying there's probably no basis in reality, just saying that with no fact beyond it. And if you guys are on YouTube, there's 78 of you. Come over to YouNow here. Hit the link in the show note and join the discussion here. I have 83 people. If I can get all 78 over here, I'd have like 150 people or something like that. That would be awesome. Yeah, mock meat even has more protein now. I know the Beyond Burger, they put in just a hair more protein than in actual meat, just to relieve those fears that meat eaters might, have about, got to get my protein, Okay, he was just ranting. Okay, you like VC, but he was wrong on that one. So they're saying, Carrie, that he was not presenting any evidence, any fact, any science, any data, just ranting. Well, that's cool. People can say anything they want, right? But, I'd like to make proclamations like that, health proclamations based in fact and science. That's why we make more scientific videos. But I'm not bagging on Charles. That's just not his wheelhouse. I like to see him try to make some more videos with facts and science, but, that's not him. That's cool. That's why people watch us. So they want to see more, scientifically grounded positions on about what is healthy to eat, Because I'm all about truth, guys. I don't want to steer you guys wrong, because the information I put out there is what I follow. So I have no axe to grind. I'm just trying to find the healthiest diet in the world. And I like how Dr. Greger puts it, He said he's just doing the evidence-based diet. That's all he cares about. It's where the facts are, where the evidence lies. And the evidence shows eating a plant-based diet is the healthiest diet. He's going where the evidence is. And thank God it happens to be a vegan diet, huh? But anyway, let's see. I'm not sure what that question is there about pets or anything. What are you asking there? Well, let's see. What do I think of Joe Rogan? I've made a video or two about Joe Rogan. I mean, what can I say? He's one of the people I'll respond to because, again, he's like, the meat propaganda, the dairy industry meat propaganda. It's like he'll say things that are just so wrong. And he'll say them with so much confidence, like he's certain about it, like he's speaking true facts. So that's why I'll occasionally do a Joe Rogan response video because of that, He puts out a lot of misinformation about, like, remember he said, like, yeah, vegans just can't get that buff and strong. Bull effing crap. Maybe he trains with some vegans that aren't strong and don't train hard enough, but there's nothing about the diet itself that prevents you from getting strong and buff. Let's see. Okay, I see your question now there, Toby, Merchant of Toby. With so many cats and dogs in shelters, I don't understand why so many vegans are against pet ownership. Yeah, I don't get it either. There seems to be this growing, loud but small movement of vegans who hate animals. I don't get it either. I don't understand why rescuing an animal is un-vegan. And they take it. Some of these people take it to an extreme. They'll say if you have a pet, well, that's bad. You should euthanize it. So I don't get it. Vegans should kill their pets? That sounds like the most un-vegan thing in the world. Think about it. Yeah, you're not supporting the pet industry when you rescue a rescue animal. You're getting animals that, are off, taken off the streets usually or brought in because, their animal got pregnant unexpectedly or something like that. So, yeah, it kind of blows my mind. Vegans that want you to kill your pets. And think about it, too. It kind of makes vegans look kind of crazy. Like people on the outside looking, okay, so vegans are telling me not only will I have to give up eating meat and dairy, but I'll also have to, euthanize my pet or never have a pet again. People are saying, no effing way. I can't do that. They might be cool with giving up the meat and dairy, but euthanizing their pet or never being allowed to own a pet again, it just makes us look like crazy people, So... just think about it. What's the end game here? To make veganism, catch on in the mainstream? But, we're going to look like freaks if that's what, if that's the message that they're hearing. Like, gee, vegan. Yeah, if you're vegan, it means you have to kill your pet. Like, no. Let's see. Why do vegans get vasectomies? I don't know. Why does anyone get a vasectomy? I really don't know. I've gotten through all these years and managed to not get anyone pregnant, so it's possible. I never got a sexually transmitted disease either, which is cool. I'm glad I didn't get one, so maybe there's a certain validity to not getting a vasectomy and using condoms instead, because vasectomy will not protect you from diseases. Yeah, I think we would make great parents, maybe, we'd probably be cool, but, we put that creative energy into our creative work, our music, our YouTube, all of that. So, be glad that we didn't have kids. There else would be a little less of us to go around for you guys, I think. Yeah, Darren Ryder and Freely did start the vegan vasectomy craze. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I've never bought it. I remember the first day we met him at a Fruit Luck in LA in 2012. He was just telling us, yeah, you guys, you should go get a vasectomy. It's like, no, I don't want anyone snipping anything down there. Sorry, I mean, if you want one, cool. I'm not saying don't get them, but I think being vegan has nothing to do with getting a vasectomy. Think about it. Here's another thing, how we look crazy to the outside world. So people think if you're vegan, you can't eat meat or dairy, you have to kill your pets, and you have to get a vasectomy. Like, whoa, no one's going to sign up for that, right? I mean, come on. Let's just get people to not eat meat and dairy and not buy leather shoes and stuff like that and keep, keep ourselves from looking like freaks to the rest of the world. The first vegan meal, I don't remember that. Yeah, I know who the vegan couple are, but yeah, I don't watch them. But yeah, nothing personal. I just don't watch much other vegan YouTube right now. I'm just kind of over it at the moment, over all the fighting and drama and stuff like that. Again, I just want to stay focused to our message, what I've been talking about all day, our message. So yeah, I find kind of watching other people sometimes as distracting. Yeah, Mia, shelter animals. Don't support breeders. You know, I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do it. I know many good vegans that have breeder bought pets. I don't think anything less of those people. But yeah, consider there's all these animals about to be euthanized. Try to help out with that situation for sure. If you must have a pet, you know. Thanks, Beth. Our roof is doing fine. Yeah, the tarp is held up, so I have to deal with raising some money to actually fix the roof this summer. I think we're gonna make it here in SoCal. There are no more big storms on the forecast. I did mention, Fuchi. Am I cool now with Unnatural Vegan? I just don't talk to her. I don't watch her content, so I don't make response videos. You know, I never said she was a bad person. I was just thought, you know, she was doing the same thing that like the meat industry was doing. The people I respond to all the time, how, you know, they say almond milk is bad for you, blah, blah, blah. She was saying like cancer is not caused from eating meat. And that's why I made a response video about her. Not because she was bad, but I thought she was putting out some really bad information. And she had to eat crow, right? When the World Health Organization, like a month or two later, came out and said that, yeah, eating meat does cause cancer. So I was right in the end. But no, I don't watch her. I have nothing bad to say about her. You know, I really don't know what she does. So it'd be kind of ignorant for me to discuss her. Cool, Charles. I thought I have influenced family members. No, we can get all sorts of strangers to go vegan, but no, we've had the worst luck with family members. I think we have a few of Angie's sisters, half sisters, kind of interested, you know, but I don't think they're not vegan yet. So yeah, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get our families. I'm not sure what's up with that. Let's see here. God, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to make those potato logs, guys. I'm so hungry. The banana smoothie, I should have made more, I guess. I was only like 5 bananas or something and a few strawberries. You just unsubbed from Unnatural Vegan. You try to support her. Yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea. You know, I think sometimes her topics are intentionally kind of like trying to shock vegans, you know. But, you know, to each your own. If she has her way of looking at things, you know, as long as she's being vegan and promoting a vegan message, you know, cool. You know, I'm not going to critique vegans for not being vegan enough or anything like that. Burping. Sorry, guys. That's my smoothie right there. Is it true unripe bananas make you constipated? I've never scientifically tested that, but yeah, it seems to be the going information out there. Maybe not make you constipated as much as they're like ripe bananas really help keep things flowing, and the unripe bananas kind of diminish that body's response. I don't know how many calories I consume a day, Charles. You know, I would guess around maybe 3.5, 4,000, something like that. It's got to be over 3,000 because I love eating, as you guys know. I eat a lot. I'm, 6'5", 180 pounds, so I eat a lot. So I don't measure my food, but seeing that your average American eats around 2,100, I'm sure I eat, at least a third more than that. So I'm thinking at least 3,000. Does fruit make acid reflux worse? Just try it out. Some foods might, like tomatoes, but eating fruits like what we do, bananas, mangoes, peaches like that, I've never had any acid reflux. Usually that happens from the research we've done, both reading stuff and trying it out ourselves, is from acidic foods, and bananas and fruits and all like that, very non-acidic. So it actually should help out for your acid reflux if you have that problem. Mia, no vitamin supplements, just an occasional B12 sublingual spray. And I think there's some B12 fortified in some of the almond milks I get. That's it. Bananas, organic or not. My favorite bananas of all time are the Whole Foods, fair trade, conventional bananas. I think they taste better than their organic bananas, and they're definitely better than any other company's organic bananas, hands down. These are just really, really good bananas. So it's all about the quality, and those are my favorite ones. They ripen beautifully. Yeah, whole trade, conventional bananas from Whole Foods. Wow, you're eating, Kelly, 3,800 calories? And I'm sure you're nowhere as big as me, huh? Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, it is right sometimes for a smaller female to have 3,800 calories, but that means, yeah, you're doing a lot of exercise, a lot of work. If you're like, an elite level athlete sort of work. So if you're not doing something like that, that sounds like a bit much. That's probably what I eat. And I don't even exercise that much. Yeah, today I played basketball for 2.5 hours, but that's not normal, Like yesterday I rode my bike for 41 minutes, so it's... But still, it sounds like a lot of calories. Yeah, I don't think that was their best moment there, just recommending these obscene amount of calories. Just because, it works for people that train 12 to 20 hours a week, it means it'll work for everyone else who doesn't really hit that. Cool. In the past, good for you. Yeah, I do some weightlifting, exotic games. In fact, I used to do a lot more in the past. When I had my gym membership for 13 years, but after a while I would get bored. I would walk past the weights and just go straight to the basketball court, because really that's what I have most fun doing. Have fun running around, jumping around, blocking shots, going crazy. And then the weight training's totally different. You do a few sets, you kind of rest for 3 minutes and do another one, and you're not moving, running around like running. So yeah, I like to move around. That's just me. That's my body. That's my psychology. I just like to run around and do a lot of stuff. I like to hustle. And weightlifting just kind of bores me. But that said, I do push-ups, I do bicep curls just to kind of keep my upper body in check, because my lower body, believe it or not, is really, really buff. I have really big calves, bigger than Brian Turner's, if you know who he is. Big quads. I just have big, hefty legs. So I want to make sure my upper body can kind of keep up a little bit with that. I don't want to look too funny. There's some talk about bananas maybe. In the past, Cavendish bananas only arose because the prior species that was the commercial one got eaten out or destroyed by a fungus of some kind. So yeah, it's something to consider. But I've read there's other bananas in the wings that will hopefully take Cavendish's place if that's the case. Let's see. Imagine being vegan and not liking bananas. Yeah, I kind of find that, I mean, they're such a good food, even if you don't eat like 10 a day, even if you just have like one banana a day or something like that, I mean, they're such a good food, and they really can get you filled up too. So yeah, bananas have... Okay, exotic games. Great question. What do you say when people say bananas have high radiation from the potassium, like Vsauce? Well, go to our channel and watch our most viewed video of all time. It has over 2 million views. Bananas, the most dangerous fruit in the world. And pretty sure in that one, I did talk about the radiation before. I'm pretty sure I covered it in that episode as well. So go check that out. I tried to cover the myths that you hear out there from people in popular culture that make bananas seem like, no, you should never eat bananas. Or if so, maybe just have one once in a while, or else you're going to die or something like that. So there's a reason why it's gotten over 2 million views, because I think it did a really good job on the research of that one. Presented the evidence really clearly. Bananas are good for you. And as you say, they're serious pieces. They are affordable too. You can get a 40-pound box of bananas at Whole Foods. The ones I want get the conventional whole trade for like $26 or something like that. 40 pounds for $26. That's outrageous. It's a lot of food. It's intimidating. Ceres. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Sorry there. It must suck if you're allergic to bananas. That's weird. I would not like that. As I showed in my video there, they got over 2 million views. Bananas are not even in the top 1,000 potassium densest foods in the world. It's like number 1,400 or something like that. So it's a big myth that they're so potassium dense. Oh, thanks for the tip there, good food goddess. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Wonder if you're a banana fan, huh? Yeah, a lot of people, Merchant of Toby, don't understand that, a properly ripe banana will have some spotting to them. A lot of people think a fully yellow banana is ripe, and they'll work. I'll put them in my smoothies, but I like them best when they got some nice spots going on for sure. Yeah, you don't want them too spotted, though. Then they get kind of, they start breaking down. Then I turn them into nice cream, which I'll start doing more now that it's getting warmer. What was that fasting place again? It's called True North. I forgot exactly which city. Is it Santa Rosa? It's in Northern California, and it's ran by some legit vegan doctors, medical doctors, not like acupuncture doctors, real medical doctors. So if you need to go and try to heal yourself from, through medically supervised fasting, that's the way to do it. But again, I said, unless you have some kind of medical situation, I don't know if it's like the best thing for you to do, but if you're ill with something you can't cure, investigate that for sure. Certainly, you can fast with some hippie, trippy gurus, and people do that in Costa Rica and stuff like that, and people get sick, and there's no medical doctor, there's no hospital. You're in like a freaking hospital there at True North. So if something goes wrong, not only do you have doctors, you have a hospital, medical staff right there. So yeah, if you're sick with something, that's the only place I would ever go to. to try to heal an illness. Yeah, McDougall sends his patients there that his diet can't heal. So even McDougall approves it. But try the diet first. If that doesn't work, check those guys out. Do people approach you in Angie a lot with questions when you're wearing a vegan t-shirt? No, not really, unless people know who we are. But no, strangers typically don't ask questions. I think they're afraid, or maybe they think they know better and like their diet's better and they don't want to embarrass us or something. I don't know. No, but we don't get bugged too often when we wear vegan shirts. No, strangely. I wonder if, do you guys? Yeah, people can die on a water fast. That's why you got to do it with medical supervision if you're gonna, if you must go down that road. Oh, was there voting today? Today's a Tuesday, huh? Was there anything going on in LA County? I don't remember getting a ballot here. Raw sugarcane juice. Actually, no, I never tried it. Exotic Games. Any tips for people who think you're weird for being vegan? Not enough protein? That's why I make all these videos debunking such crap. When I read an article that, a classic feature of veganism is protein deficiency. I'll debunk that. So, yeah, a lot of people believe it, and they read these dumb articles online, and that's why I take it upon myself to passionately find these and get to the truth of the matter, see where they're lying, and show where the actual truth lies, what's really, the matter, the truth of the matter. So I love doing this. So show them our videos or watch our videos, and you know what to tell them afterwards. Clark Kent was a vegan. I have to watch Superman again. I didn't really notice what kind of food was getting eaten there. Oh, no, you cut your finger open? Oh, yeah, go wrap that sucker up, man from Japan. Yeah, definitely good, Carrie. If you're trying to hook up, meet a new, significant other type person, yeah, don't be shy about it. Let them know right off the bat, see how they're cool they're going to be with it. Yeah, people can't resist asking about protein. That's the first thing. And I get that from all sorts of people. Educated people, uneducated people, rich people, poor people. It cuts across everything. This protein myth is just out there. Just people believe, where are you going to get your protein? Like, haven't you ever heard that there's protein in every plant? I can't think of any plant that is devoid of protein. Maybe there's one or two out there I cannot think of. I've not seen it. I know there's billions of food plants. And if you need even more protein than that, there's plant foods that are packed with protein, legumes, the pumpkin seeds I eat. It's a non-issue. But yeah, people are so brainwashed. So that's why we make our videos, guys. Oh, thanks for wearing your shirt today, Kelly. Awesome. I should be wearing mine too. That's why we make these videos, and why we don't make videos calling other vegan YouTubers out for not being vegan enough, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't help anyone. I want to make videos that help people, help you guys, and help people who've never even heard of us. They're just trying to navigate through life. They come across articles on the web seeing how almond milk is dangerous and unhealthy, and I have a video out there that debunks that, and hopefully they'll see that. It's got a lot of views, like over 20,000 the first day, so hope catch on and out there, get the information out to the masses. With a title like that, it doesn't appeal just to vegans. It appeals to people that are drinking or looking to drink nut-based milks, like almond milk. So that's our goal, to help the world, help people, make this a better place. And I don't know how I can make the world better by, instead of talking about that stuff that's super important, talk about individual vegan YouTubers, how they're not cool enough and blah, 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 how they're jerks, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't help anyone. Doesn't help anyone. Cool, you're going to Veg Fest. Yeah, Veg Fest. We just made a video. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It came out, I think, Friday or Saturday. We talk all about Veg Fest LA. We're going to be there. Tons of other vegan YouTubers. Mommy Tang's going to be there. Is the biggest one, I think. So anyway, I'd love to interview Dr. Garth. I read Proteinaholic. If you haven't read that book, get it. I checked it out from our local library. Awesome book. Dr. Garth is a great asset for us, vegans, to have another great, well-spoken, intelligent vegan doctor who's very, very on top of the science. Yeah, Mommy Tang is coming to LA Veg Fest from Mr. Vegan told me. She's going to do a live mukbang in front of the crowd. So it should be really cool. So start planning your trip. Watch the video so you can get the date and all the information. And come and meet us and dozens of other vegan YouTubers. I think they got High Carb Hannah and D-Man coming out from Tucson. Mike the Vegan coming out from wherever he's at in the Midwest right now. Oh, Katharina A. Thank you so much for the tip there. Thanks, I appreciate it. Opinion on flexitarians? Is that people who are vegan some of the time? I don't know. Tell me if that's right too. Yeah, Hannah's cool. You like our what we ate today videos? Cool. That's why we do it. First of all, they're fun to make in a different way than like the debunking the meat industry myths. It's cool to like just show who we are as people, you guys. If you just see us debunking stuff, you don't get a good sense of who we are. So we like to like share with you who we really are. So yeah, we make that. We want you to see how we eat too, because I think we eat pretty well. I'm proud of how we eat. Not to say I'm stuck up about it, but I think we've dialed it in really well. So it's next month. LA Veg Fest is April 30th, I believe. So watch the video we just put out like 2 days ago about LA Veg Fest. You'll see that in the title. Click on it, check it out. We have Mr. Vegan telling all the information on who's coming. And there's probably more stuff added since we made that video about we filmed it like 3 weeks ago. We just put it out last week, 3 days ago. Yes, Vegan Pat, we have a lot of tie-dye, happy, healthy vegan t-shirts. We ordered a whole bunch for the holidays. And yeah, I ordered some more just recently. We're stocked with the tie-dye shirts right now. I'm getting low on some of the black shirts, but yeah, come. Ooh, it's $1,000 for a flight and hotel. Oh my God, that is kind of prohibitive. Yeah, I would be not going to. It was $1,000. But I think, yeah, people that live in California and the West Coast maybe can drive out or get lucky and find a good cheap flight on JetBlue or Southwest for like $100 or something like that. Find a cheap place to stay on Airbnb if you get lucky. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Cool. I'm glad, Kelly, you're going to try to come maybe. Oh, you're not going to come. You just give them that tip there. Yeah, try Airbnb. And I'm with you, Kelly. I am tired of all the vegan drama junk. I'm not going to let anyone suck me into their crap. I'm going to keep just going hardcore, strong to the hoop with the kinds of videos that we've been doing all year. Particularly ones that relate to heart disease, but fighting the war against plant-based milks, the fake news getting out there about vegan. Oh, you're in Santa Monica, so no reason not to go. You're way closer than we are. Just right over the hill and God, what's it? Right over the Getty Center Hill, the 101 and the 405 freeway, right up there. Yeah, you got it, Sirius. I'm not going to give the trolls any attention. I have a job to do. I have not a job to do, a goal, a mission, whatever you want to call it, something I'm passionate about, and I'm not going to let anyone distract me and get me off why I'm doing this as opposed to something else with my life. This is what I'm passionate about, YouTube, spreading vegan information, live chats. I love it. What is the videos that are coming soon for our videos? Let's see. I think I know what you're asking. In the works right now. Angie just put up she's finishing editing a video of, it's kind of a mukbang of vegan cuts, like the monthly vegan cuts food product box. Well, yeah, we're doing a mukbang of eating all this stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to save anyone's lives, but it'll show you some new vegan products that we've never even heard of for the most part. So I'll share them with you guys. So yeah, it's not the most, like I said, hard-hitting video we've ever done, but not every video could be on the same kind of intensity as like heart disease. If every video I made all the time was about heart disease and all that, it would get a bit much. So we like to, spread it around, the kinds of topics that we cover. My shoe size, Mia. Why is that? I have a big foot. My basketball shoes are size 13. My running shoes are like 12 and a half or something like that. It depends on the brand. So my feet are big, but not crazy gorilla big. I have some friends. I look at their feet and go, "Whoa, those are some big feet." Cool guys. I hope your finger's good there, Footman from Japan. But I'm staying late with you guys. I should have been off about 10 minutes ago. I got to go get the potato logs, and that oven is probably hot as right now. So I got to go get dinner going on here. So I really appreciate. I'll try to get Angie on, Kelly. She's not as excited about the live streams, as I am. I mean, she likes it, but she doesn't like the idea that any troll could come on at any time and start harassing her. I control it. This is our stream, and I'll block people and kick them off. But I think she's a little not into that. So anyway, I'll try to convince her. So thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. I really love my Tuesdays with you guys. And it's time for me to go carb up. So look for me again next Tuesday, and maybe I'll try to hop on. I don't know. It's just going to be a weird week. I'll see what I can do, but I'll definitely be back with y'all next Tuesday. So much love to you guys. Thank you. And as I'm going to go do now, keep it carb, guys. Keep it carb.